When God is ready for you to leave somebody, he's going to show you that worst version of it. And once you understand that, you're going to stop praying for closure and start thanking him for clarity. Because see, we're always asking God to just take the person away, make it clean, make it easy. And that's not how he works. He loves you too much to just snatch them out and leave you wondering. So instead, baby, he gonna let that mask slip. He lets you see what you've been ignoring. That thing that accidentally found you, that lie that fell apart, that phone call you all of a sudden got. And that's the side of them that finally showed up in the light. And it wasn't your downfall, it was your rescue. See, God pulled the curtain back so you stop romanticizing somebody he already knew wasn't for you. And it's gonna hurt, because the truth always does. But that pain is God loving you enough to make sure you never look back. So stop asking why it all came crashing down. It came down so you finally walk away. The exposure is God's mercy, so let him free you.
And another reason people stop cheering for you when they know you is because they know they've slimed you out. Even if it's not in your face, they know how they've talked about you behind your back. They know that what you're building for yourself is very unlikely to benefit them, especially if they've been playing a role this whole time before you start experiencing success. A lot of people were around you because they saw that you had potential, but they didn't think you'd actually act upon it. And a lot of people underestimate potential. They know you're bound for greatness, but they don't know how large what is in store for you actually is. So when things start making way for you, when the wheels start turning, these people won't want to support you because they already locked themselves out. How you gonna hate from the outside of the club? But that's exactly what they're going to do. People only cheer for those that they feel they can benefit from in some way. And for a lot of strangers, this is easy to do because you may have bought them some benefit. They don't have this feeling of needing to possess more from you to be happy for you. It's the people in your own life that want a handout, that want to say they were here for the ride, so therefore they should profit from that. And when they know their behavior has already cut them off from profiting from that, they are going to get resentful towards you. They're going to start getting jealous of your progress. They're going to start comparing themselves to you. They're going to start wondering why it didn't happen for them like it did for you. And all of this energy is bound to motivate their subconscious to act in ways to where this is apparent towards you. And should you even bring it up to them, very rare that they will be honest, because few of them are being honest with themselves about how they actually feel about you. If you're one of those people that people have consistently screwed over and underestimated, then you are on track to be probably wealthy and alone, because it gives you the skills to become a one-man team. You know how to grind and you're not being distracted by people, so you're using your time most wisely and investing more of it in where you see results. Anybody in my life that has been messy towards me, smear campaigned me, wronged me, doesn't have a life that I admire. If anything, they did all those things I listed previously because they were made uncomfortable by the fact that they looked up to me. When people look up to you, it's not always a comfortable feeling. Secret admirers are only cute in films and movies. Life secret admirers will want to sabotage you. They secretly admire you, which means they don't want you to be a big deal in other ways. When somebody realizes you're not their little secret anymore, when somebody sees you're progressing beyond them, when your social circles start to change, and when the opportunities you get are invitations handed personally to you and nobody else, it will be the strangers that are happier for you and your progression. It will be them that wanted to see you grow without laying claim or having stake in who you're becoming. My followers and supporters of my work are always happy to see me progressing, growing, and trying new things, while most of my friends have muted my page, avoid my posts, and send me videos of other people making copies of what I've already created because they're that detached from what I make.
I'm really built for this shit. I don't get tired. I can't be bothered. Can't be phased. I always have the answer. When they get stressed and overwhelmed, they crumble. But I get active. I'm the one. I'm the full package. I always get my way. You've never seen me sick. You've never seen me broke. I am highly favored. The universe makes a way for me when there was no way. I don't struggle. Life is easy breezy for me.
Freedom offends people. People will really get in their feelings about you when you live a free life. When you live a life that doesn't matter what people think about you, when you live a life outside of the social norms, when you live a life outside of the friend groups, when you live a life that is different from others, they really get offended by you. It's like people want you to need their validation, and when you don't need it and you proceed through life without it, they get offended. When I think about the ministry of Jesus, they were really mad at him because he was free. He lived a free life. Jesus knew what he was created to do. He came on earth to do just that. He came on earth strictly about his Father's business. And the Pharisees and the religious leaders in that time, they were mad. They were mad that he was not following their rules. They was mad that he was doing things on his own accord, and they did not like that. The freedom and the authority that he walked in offended them. The Bible says that, for one instance, when he healed the man on the Sabbath day, one of the Pharisee religious leaders was like, "Are you really gonna heal a man on the Sabbath?" And Jesus was like, "Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?" And right after that, the Bible says that is when they planned to Jesus. So people will literally hate you for living a free life. They will hate you because you live a life outside of their rules, outside of their social norms, and they will not like you for that. So be free, people. Be free.
Disrespect is a confession, and I believe you the first time. Disrespect is a confession, and I'll believe you the first time. Everybody can get these boundaries, these hands, this distance, this silence, or this love. Which one you receive was never my decision. It was always yours. Your actions placed the order, and I just delivered the package. Nobody's above it. Public service announcement. Nobody is above it. Not family, not friends, history, loyalty, potential. You all can get it. Explanations have become too expensive, and peace has become priceless. I'm no longer explaining or negotiating my value with people who've already showed me how they feel. Access to me is a privilege, not a birthright. I've learned that love and distance can come from the same heart. I can wish you well and never want to see you again. I can love you deeply and still remove access from you completely. And that's something people have a hard time stomaching and digesting. I can forgive you without reopening the door. The cutoff isn't revenge, the boundary isn't hate, and the silence isn't weakness. So choose wisely, because everyone gets a version of me. The question is, did you earn love or did you learn a lesson? Because trust me, both packages get delivered. Wake up and smell the coffee.
One of the most dangerous moments in a man's life, in my opinion, is when he realizes that a dream he chased no longer fits who he is. Like, I had a conversation earlier today with one of my close friends I was in the military with. I've known him since 2003. He's like a brother, right? And I could hear in his voice, like, the breaking point. He did everything society told him to do. He built a career. He became a lawyer. He's a veteran, success. And now he's staring at a life that he spent years building, realizing the shit's slowly killing him inside. And that is the part that not a lot of people talk about. Sometimes the prison has a 6-figure salary. Sometimes the trap comes with respect. Sometimes the thing suffocating you is the exact life that everybody else is chasing and envying. And once you realize your soul has outgrown the life you built, you cannot force yourself back asleep, because the realization changes a man forever, right? And the older I get, the more I believe nobody escapes this life without regret. That is inevitable, right? But you can survive mistakes. You can survive failure and embarrassment. What destroys a man and fucking shatters his heart from the inside is the unlived lives inside of them, right? The business they never started, the risk they never took, the art they never created. That person they never became because they were too afraid to blow their life up and begin again. That is a regret that haunts people on their deathbeds. Not failure, cowardice, none of that shit, right? So my advice to him was simple, right? Buy the fucking ticket and take the ride, because this whole thing ends anyways. And if you're lucky enough, if you're blessed enough to have a friend willing to burn his life down to chase something real, you fucking don't hold him back. You remind him he's alive. And brother, if you see this, maybe you won't because your old ass ain't on social media. I'm fucking proud of you. Now bring this bitch home smoking on all 4 wheels and go get after it.
I just heard someone say, if you show up every day, the results won't have a choice. Listen to that again. If you show up every day, the results won't have a choice. The problem is, most people expect results after a few days, get discouraged and quit. But success doesn't reward people who start. It rewards people who stay. Your only job is to keep showing up. Let consistency do what motivation never could. Keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and eventually the results won't have a choice but to show up too.
I have a real question. What do women get out of keeping fathers that want to be involved and active out of their kids' life? What really has to happen? Like, how selfish could you really be as a woman? And I don't care if the man cheated. I don't care if he was abusive to you. Yes, I said it. I don't care if he used to hit you. I don't care if he cursed you out. I don't care if he slept with your cousin. I don't care if you found out he went back to the other baby mom. I don't care. I don't care. There's nothing you can say unless he is a man that puts the child in danger of why you would not let this person be a part of their kid's life or actively parent. Even if you have to find a median or a person that's neutral to exchange the kid with because you don't want to see him. And when you say, if he beats on women, come on. You know a lot of guys that do hit women that would never do harm to their child. And let's just be real. Not saying it's okay, and I don't condone violence. I don't think any man should ever do it. But I know women that hit on men, and I know men that hit on women. But I also know those same men that wouldn't even let a damn fly touch their kid. So I've started to run into so many men. I was talking to one of my friends last night. Him, one of my cousins. They're like men that want to be daddies, that still send money, that still try to be a part, that still try to just like why are they having to fight so hard to love something that they created? There needs to be harsher like penal, like women that do that deserve to be in jail. There should be a law that if you deny access to a father for a certain amount of time, that the kids should be taken. Like, I don't understand it. And if you could give me a valid reason other than they're not a good father, I want to know what it is. Like, nothing. And then for you bitches that do that, nothing's ever good enough. They give you $300, you want $400. They give you $1,000, you need $2,000. It's always a reason. They don't, like, the kid is just like a fucking Ponzi scheme. And you just use them for like clickbait and money, like a little pawn on a chessboard. That shit's annoying. And I don't know why, but I'm just starting to see it more and more. And I used to think men were lying. But now I'm starting to see it. You women are crazy that do that. There are people that have fucked up baby daddies that wish there were men that wanted to father. So y'all tripping. Anyways, that's what I had to say. It's two ways to say it, but sometimes the unfiltered truth is the only way.
Nigga, I'm in Gen Z. Y'all niggas think this is fucking generational love, 80s love. It's none of that. I genuinely rather be a father than a husband. I don't even think you understand what I'm saying. I'd put up and raise a child. I would love to do that. It's something about legacy. It's something to leave off when you leave. It's something that's something I crave. I would love. But tolerating a bitch shit, I'm definitely gonna want to break off that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the world we live in, bitch. I prefer to be a father before a husband. And it's fucked up. I know we see baby showers before weddings, but nigga, you see what these niggas is marrying? You see what these niggas is fucking? These baby mamas? I'm like, nigga, I know life give me a lot of chances, but I cannot fuck up who I breed. Jesus Christ.
That's what I told the bitch. It gets nothing.
Farmer threw a dead pig into a dry well. Soon after, 70 to 80 rats jumped into the well to eat it. In the beginning, everything seemed easy. There was food, so everyone pounced on it. But after eating, they realized that the walls of the well were so high and steep that getting out was impossible. Gradually, the food ran out, hunger increased, and that same well became a hell. In the struggle for survival, the rats turned on each other. They began to kill and eat one another. After half a month, only one rat remained in that well. Its eyes were as red as blood. Then the farmer dropped a rope, pulled it out, and released it back into the field. Did the farmer feel pity for it? Not at all. The farmer knew that this rat had now become accustomed to eating its own kind. Now it wouldn't eat grain. Instead, it would hunt other rats. And this is what divide and rule, or the divide trap, is. The people sitting at the top never fight themselves. They just create an environment where those below keep fighting each other and finish each other off. When people fight amongst themselves, the benefit always goes to a third party, or rather to that person sitting at the top.
Even honesty is manipulation if it's timed for your convenience. Let me cook. Telling the truth only after it's safe isn't noble or heroic, it's simply strategic. Anybody can tell the truth when the pressure's off of them, or when the consequences have already hit, or when admitting the truth doesn't cost them anything anymore. Honesty requires more than just accuracy. It needs timing. Truth delayed is truth diluted. If you're only speaking up after the damage is done, you're not being honest, you're just protecting yourself. That's not integrity, that's damage control. Real truth shows up when it still hurts, when you're risking something, when admitting it may change how people see you, but you choose truth anyway. And yes, it hurts, it exposes yourself, it rids of any excuses, and as much as this hurts, this is what the truth looks like. Waiting for the perfect moment to confess or speak up is just polishing the version of events to make yourself look the least guilty. This is not truth. This is manipulation. Honesty means stepping into the light before you know how bright it's going to be. Owning up to your mistakes when it could still sting. Speaking up when it could still cost you something. So speak clearly. The truth is most pure when it's risky. If you only tell the truth once that risk fades, you aren't being honest, you're being cornered. So say it early. Say it when it matters. Say it when it's heavy. Say the truth. God bless.
If you hang around people who act like you aren't who you are, then you'll forget who you are. And I got a doper way. I've written it down in a doper way. Yeah, tweet, you know. We should just tweet while we let's tweet that right now, shouldn't it?
The best thing about me, some of y'all might think it's the game I give up. The best thing about me is when I'm wrong, I can take it to the chin and I can go make changes. Notice I ain't stop at just take it to the chin. I can go make changes. My follow through is crazy. I can fuck up, feel shame, guilt, process them feelings, may even feel some type of way that you called me out. But I can see the value through the feelings and come back better than what I was before. And guess what? I can be okay if you don't want to fuck with me after what I originally did. But I can take that straight in and be better. So even if we ain't around each other, when you look up and you see me out in life, not around you, just know I took that lesson, I ate that bitch, and I use it to make myself better. That is my number one thing on picking people. This is why the circle closest you has to have truth first, the social etiquette second, and then that outer circle. That's when you come with social etiquette first and truth when absolutely necessary. Y'all don't understand the balance in this, and most of what you get from life and what you give is lies.
If you are going to learn any skill in your lifetime, it should be how to train your mind. People ask me all the time, how do I record in public, right? How do I get over that fear of recording and just going for it and just doing it? Well, I decide what I think. I think that if they look this good, they would want to document it too. I think that if they saw anybody documenting themselves, like, it should be me. You know what I mean? I think that I look the part and it's like, okay, that makes sense. That's what I choose to think. I don't actually care what they think. You know? Because the thing is, you'll never know. Are you going to go ask? No. They're going to be staring at you and you're never going to actually know why. You could have toilet paper stuck to your butt, you know, or not. Or you could be the most beautiful person I've ever seen in the world. You decide, because you'll never know.